Most importantly, no rain falling from those skies up above Yankee Stadium as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mark Teixeira on the first pitch down the left field line, and that is going to fall fair. Bounces off the wall. Teixeira into second with a double on the first pitch he sees from Doug Fister. The Yankees back in business in the 6th inning. And now it's Swisher.
Swisher has had his issues with runners in scoring position. 0 for his last 27, but in this case, in the postseason, he's just trying to get the runner over. So even if he doesn't get a hit, he's going to do his job to get Teixeira to third base.
3 consecutive postseasons for Swisher as a Yankee. His postseason experience also with the Oakland Athletics and 1 year with the Chicago White Sox.
Over this two-day period, Swisher's hit 2 balls to the right side when he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can hit one to the right side or get a base hit when he has to.
2 4-3 ground ball outs for Swisher. The first one against Verlander yesterday. And Fister got him on a ground out to second in the 4th.
Well, as a pitcher, there's a way to counteract a guy trying to pull the ball. You either try to get him chasing away or throw that curveball down at his foot where all the left-handers are trying to pull and swing over the top, and you can get a strikeout. But his sinker away, which he's tried a couple times, does lend guys to go to the shortstop side.
Leadoff double to Teixeira out at second base.
See that 4-seam grip by Fister. The ball not buried in his hands, just holding just on the tip of his fingers.
Fister looking for a strikeout, and Swisher doesn't bite on the high fastball.
John, this is the point in the game where you feel as a starting pitcher, can't give up this run, can't give up any more.
Yeah, you got to, he hasn't given up many crooked numbers, but right here you're trying to do your best to not even allow him to go to third or cross home plate.
And a strike called on the outside corner. Fister rings up Nick Swisher. And a big out. Swisher barking at Tony Randazzo on his way out. Fister against Posada and starts him with an off speed. Looked like a changeup in there for a strike. Fister has had some big strikeouts with runners in scoring position. Remember, in the 2nd inning, he struck out Jeter and Granderson to end the inning with 2 on. His 6th strikeout gives him a little light at the end of the tunnel. The Yankees are 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position in this game. Cano's double that produced a run came with a runner at first. 2 balls and a strike.
If you're a hitter trying to guess along with Fister, it's got to be difficult. There's no real patterns. You just saw 3 different pitches in 3 different locations, all trying to play that cat and mouse, feed off the aggressiveness of the hitter, and hopefully just get him out in front enough to hit a weak ground ball to second base.
Down in the dirt. Good play by Avila. That's a big play. Keeps Teixeira at second base with 1 away. Catchers have done a nice job in this game blocking a number of pitches in the dirt, both Nova and Fister. Martin will be next. And it looks like Fister being very careful to Posada. Swinging away, 3-1, and it's a full count. Looks like he chased a Fister pitch that time, another off speed.
You know, John, that first pitch to Posada was a changeup, which is telling you that he wants to get him out with breaking pitches, but he's gotten a 3-2 now. Everything's soft. Could take a chance with a heater in or away.
see the catcher there going through a series of touches with a runner on second base. What those touches are doing is signifying which pitch is the indicator. It's a multiple changing indicator so that the runner at second doesn't give or get locked in on any pitch selection.
Another changeup. Posada contend with a walk. So first and second, the intentional pass to Posada, and Jim Leyland sends Gene Lamont to the phone. Big spot for the Tigers. Pfister trying to get through it. The Yankees still looking for their first hit with a runner in scoring position. And it's Russell Martin. Bouncing ball, slow roller. And Peralta's only play is first. Out number 2. The Yankee base runners will advance, so it's second and third. And the 9-hole hitter, Brett Gardner, is coming up. And Gardner is a guy who will bunt with 2 outs, and because of that, Wilson Betemit is in on the grass at third base. You don't see that very often with 2 outs in an inning, but the bunt is always an option with Brett Gardner at the plate.
Get too fastball happy with Gardner though, because he has some pop. You look at his game, you think of his game as only speed and hitting the ball the other way, but he does have some power to right field.
Strike, top of the zone. Gardner not pleased with that call. Well, for the Yankees, they shorten the game so much. It's Rafael Soriano, who is the 7th inning pitcher now for Joe Girardi, and then Robertson in the 8th, and of course Mariano Rivera in the 9th. And he is set up for that run. And the hill turns into a mountain if the Yankees score here in the 6th inning. And there's a shot, a base hit for Gardner. Teixeira scores. Here comes Posada. He'll score. Brett Gardner with a big hit for the Yankees. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for the 9-hole hitter. And the Yankees have a 4-1 lead in the 6th. Derek Jeter, strike 1. A 2-out, 2-strike hit for Brett Gardner. RBIs tonight from Gardner, Cano, and Rodriguez yesterday in the 1st inning. Another one in there.
Well, the Yankees like to run, and I'm sure they'd like to send Gardner, but Mr. Pfister's awfully tough on runners stealing bases.
He changes every approach to the plate. He'll rush it up there. He'll take his time. He's got a good move to first base. And Jeter taking those first 2 pitches to allow Gardner to run, not able to.
And Avila has a cannon behind the plate. One of the best throwers behind the plate in the league. Gardner stays put. Jeter high and tight. Did he go? They'll ask. Checks his swing, says Eric Cooper. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Jeter. Well, Joe Girardi is stacked up with that great late inning relief. And now a 3-run lead. Gardner takes off, bouncing ball, and that is going to find a hole. Gardner on his way to third. Derek Jeter with a base hit to right, works like a run and hit on the vacated hole from Rayburn as Jeter picks up his first hit of the postseason. MVP chance for Curtis Granderson. He certainly has a shot at that award this season. He is in the discussion. Granderson driving at 119 this year. The Tiger bullpen is active. Albuquerque and Koch. Koch is the left-hander, the former Yankee. But Leland sticks with Pfister. Quickly 0-2. The last two hitters have been in 2-strike counts and each with hits. Gardner driving in a pair, Jeter with a 2-out, 2-strike single. And Jeter walks his way to second base. Avila doesn't even bother with a throw. A stolen base for Derek Jeter. So a base hit will bring in 2 more for the Yankees. There's no such thing as a 2-strike approach with Curtis Granderson. 20 of his 41 home runs this year came with 2 strikes. He swings hard no matter what. Two-two. High in the air. The wind pushing it toward the seats and well foul.
If you want to know why the Yankees had the best record in the American League, it's what all they do and the pressure they put on another club. They can run, they can hit with power. They may not have a dominant pitching staff, starting pitching staff. They do all the little things. And when they get a chance to really pour it on and make you pay, there's some of the best teams in baseball right here, the Yankees, and what they do to hurt you when a team opens up a crack, gives you a little room.
The Tigers are so explosive offensively. Pfister's got to be thinking to himself, you know, the game scores 4-1, just getting out here, get the club back in the dugout, and you got some bats in there to come back.
Yeah, the middle of the order is coming up for the Tigers, starting with Miguel Cabrera. As Granderson just gets a piece, he's able to spoil some pretty good pitches from Doug Pfister. The home run that Granderson hit off Pfister back in July was a breaking ball, a backdoor breaking ball that Granderson lifted to the opposite field. And that's certainly a memory that Pfister has. The 2-2. Full count to Granderson.
Good move by Alex here. Alex Avila coming out, huge moment. He recognizes the moment. Let's get on the same page so we don't have to go through a series of signs. What do you want to throw, big fella? Give it to me.
Yeah, you got to be totally committed. Even though that base is open, you've got to be committed that the pitcher you're going to throw is going to get the hitter out. Get him to chase it and get in the dugout.
A battery together for the first time in the postseason. What does he give him? 3-2. And it's down in the dirt. Granderson draws the walk. What would have been a day off for the American League Division Series continues on for the Tigers and the Yankees as Al Albuquerque, a rookie pitcher, but a right-handed rookie pitcher to match up against the left-handed Robinson Cano here.
Well, Robinson Cano hits equally left-handers or right-handers. The reason Albuquerque's here is because of his strikeout ratio, averaging almost 14 strikeouts every 9 innings. And the great thing about Albuquerque this season, he's stranded 27 of 30 inherited runners, trying to do it here in the postseason.
It's a huge spot. Yankees looking for a knockout punch as Cano takes a strike.
Well, on the other side, Cano in his last 2 seasons with the bases loaded, 19 for 36 with 5. That's right, 5 grand slams. That's a .528 batting average, not too bad.
And 3 of those grand slams this season. The Yankees overall with 10 grand slams. They ran away with it in the American League. It's Cano into deep right. How far will it fly? Oh, Robinson Cano, a grand slam home run. Right on cue. 8-1 Yankees.
talked about his slider, and he sat all over this slider. Didn't break down like he wanted it to, and he knew as soon as he pulled the trigger, a slider goes a long ways. And you watch the bench of the Yankees as they celebrate another grand slam. It's been the year of the grand slams for the New York Yankees.
A-Rod takes a strike. Robinson Cano, the home run derby champ this year, does what he does best. His bomb of a home run at 28 in the regular season and a grand slam that makes it 8-1. And Cano comes out for a curtain call right as that pitch was delivered to Alex Rodriguez. That was a poorly timed curtain call. He should know better.
When you have a team with a Jeter who got his 3,000th hit, the power of Teixeira, the career numbers of Alex Rodriguez, you ask any of the Yankees and they marvel day in and day out on Robinson Cano and what he does at the plate.
This inning, first and second, weak ground ball by the catcher Martin. 0-2 pitch, and you look up later, they've scored 6 runs. What really wasn't a big inning, or couldn't have been a big inning on an 0-2 pitch, turned into one for the Yankees with 2 outs.
A 2-strike hit, a 2-out 2-strike, 2 RBI single by Gardner. Derek Jeter with 2 strikes singled. Granderson had it into a full count, so it was another 2-strike success for the Yankees with a walk. And Cano does the big damage here in the 6th inning. And Rodriguez sharply to second base. Rayburn. And the nightmare inning ends for the Tigers, but the Yankees with a 6th spot.